Hey everyone, it's Nelson Miller here with PA Creative. Welcome to the documentation for the Divi Events Calendar module. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick overview of how to install this plugin, what it looks like in the Divi Builder, and some of the ways that you can lay out and style and customize your events right here in Divi. Alright, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is download the Divi Events Calendar module plugin from the marketplace where you purchased it. Save it somewhere on your computer and then go to your dashboard. Go to Plugins, Add New, then click on Upload Plugin and choose the file. Navigate to where you saved the file and click Install Now. Next, activate the plugin. You won't see anything really change when you activate the plugin because our plugin is actually a module within Divi. But I want to point out something here. Notice that we have an update available for the Divi Events Calendar. So what happens is when there's a new update, we automatically push this out to you and send this notification right here. So all you have to do is click on Update Now. You'll get a green check mark and you know that your plugin is up to date. I want to point out that our plugin works with the Events Calendar. This is the Events Calendar by Modern Tribe, and it's a free plugin that you can install on your website, and it's available in the WordPress repository. In order for our plugin to display event data, let's make sure that we have events set up first. So using the events calendar, I've already gone in here and created this list of events. So I've added things like the title, the location, the date, the time, things like that. Set an image, an excerpt, and all that. So what we're going to do is show you how to set up. So next, what I'll show you will make a lot more sense once you see that the Divi module is pulling in the event data. So each part of the event plugin will be pulled in. So for example, there'll be a toggle to turn on and off time, location, and things like that. So as you can see, everything that's set up first in the events calendar will be pulled into our custom module. All right, so let's show you that. All right, so let's go to the page where we want to add the events calendar feed. Go ahead and enable Divi, and then we need to add a new module. So we click on Add New Module, and here we see it, Divi Events Calendar. Click on that, and that'll load our custom module. There are some default settings. The best thing you should always do is go through and just make sure that all the settings are correct. First thing I notice here is that this background doesn't match my site. So we can either make it white or turn off use background color. So that was the first obvious thing. But back here in content, we have the events count, how many events we want to show. Here we can type in an event category separated by a comma. We can choose our date format, our excerpt length, and then we open up elements. We can show our featured image, show author, show date, show time, show venue, show location, show excerpt, show category, show more info button, and show past events. So the past events are events that the time of the event has already passed, and you may still want to show them. The next setting in the content tab is the button. Here you can change what you want this to say. So we might want to type in event details, something like that. All right, so let's go over to the design tab. That's where a lot of the settings are. We have an option here called layout. So the layout, we have image on left, details on right, and then we have our columns. So right now we have it set as 3 columns. We can change this to 2 columns, or we can change it to 1, or we can change it to 4. Let's keep it at 3 for now. Here we have event margin and event padding. Now, The reason that these are separate from your main padding and margin is because these are specific for the actual event card here. The other padding and spacing under spacing would be for the entire module, just like any other module in Divi. But we decided to add one just for the card. All right, so it's the event spacing, event margin, event padding. Thumbnail is next, and we even added margin and padding for the thumbnail. And here you can also set a specific width. And then of course we have our title text styling. Then we have details text, and that's everything like the event start date, the event time, the venue, location, all that. Then the author, excerpt, and the view more button. And of course we can go in here and add our custom styles, whatever that would be. All right, see that? Just like any other Divi module. So let's keep going down through here. A lot of these are already in Divi. So size, spacing, border, box shadow. But what we did was we actually customized border and box shadow. Instead of it affecting the entire module, we made it work for each event. So I'll just show you that real quick. All right, see how it's for each event. And that's the same with the box shadow, because we thought that was more practical than having it on the entire module. So it's on each event. And of course, if you're going to use box shadow and border, you would want to add some event spacing. All right, and then you have filters, transform, and animation, which all come in Divi. So that pretty much covers it. Go ahead and customize however you want. I'm going to show you some of my examples. All right, here's demo 1. I have the events count set to 100, which is a lot. I have elements turned on and off, so I have the featured image on, and the date and the time. I also have the more info button, and I'm showing past events. And my button says view details. In the design tab, I have it set to 1 column. I have 30 pixels of event padding on the top and on the left and right. Thumbnail, haven't said anything there. The title text, I've styled that, added some font sizes, things like that. And the details I have set to this bluish color. And then for the button, I've added a custom button style and change that on hover and things like that. All right, that's demo 1. Let's go to demo 2. All right, so in demo 2, you'll notice it's slightly different. I have most of the same elements on. The layout is set to 2 columns, which still has the image on the left and details on the right. That's by default. This is how that works. I have 20 pixels of event padding this time. Thumbnail is nothing, and then the text, details, and button. That's pretty much it for demo 2. All right, so in demo 3, I did things a little bit differently. I have 3 columns. I have some event margin, which is the spacing between each of these cards. And the thing I did, the most obvious thing that I did different here was I added a border and a box shadow for each one. And then here in demo 4, it's actually quite simple. I just made it 4 columns, and I'm just showing the date and the title and the image and the button. This concludes our documentation for the Divi Events Calendar module. If you have any other questions, you can be sure to read the post here or follow up at the bottom if you have some kind of question or support inquiry. All right, we look forward to having you here as a customer, and be sure to let us know if you need anything else.